Why is it so hard to find friends in United States?
Of America. Did you get it?
No,
Ah.
that was a good intro.
Mm-hmm. Hello,
I didn't want to say America because
America
America is a continent.
is the United States of
We're
America.
talking about America is a continent, right?
But you say United States of America, right?
You didn't get it, do you?
No? America is a continent from north to south, right?
But you don't say United States of America.
You,
United States of America is a country.
yeah, it's our country here.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I didn't say why is it so hard to find friends in America because it's not hard in America. It's hard in United States of America.
Yes. I agree.
That was that was the whole thing. You were arguing me with for like 5 minutes or so. Why do you think finding friend is hard, or is it hard?
I think it's hard
Yeah,
because at least I used to. I didn't. I never had a problem to find friends in my whole life.
in Iran.
Iran or whatever country that I've been.
Where have you been?
Turkey. Um, it's been easy. Like I just go talk to people and I'm just like, hi, how are
How do you
you?
find friends in, like, say, back home?
You just, for example, you spend a lot of time outside
Mm-hmm.
of your home and you're not going everywhere with your car,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So you use public transportation, car, or you have to sit next to other people
Mm-hmm.
daily, you know? You go to gym, whatever, and people like start talking to each other.
You have more human interactions.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's missing here because you always go from A to B, you're in the car. Because back home, it's like there's so many stores on the streets that when you go out, you're just watching the stores, watching people buying stuff like that.
Yeah.
You see somebody,
Coffee shop, you see
coffee
people
shops,
around you.
you everything here is like franchise. You go to supermarkets, it's like big supermarket, and not everything is transactional. You're there for to do something, but people kind of ignore each other.
Even though we come from like a big city
Mm.
that kind of like Los Angeles,
Hmm.
so but still people have time for each other or they just like start talking to each other. Like for example, Subway. When back home, like it's been maybe more than 10, 20 times, like people just start talking to me. Like, oh, I like your shirt.
Hmm.
I like your scarf because you wear a scarf back
Hmm.
home. And you just, where did you buy it? Here,
Yeah,
there, you
people
know?
start the
Yeah.
conversation.
Like you start talking to people. Like sometimes I remember I had acne because in the teenage time. And one time, a woman, she was standing in front of me and she was looking at me. And she just started talking to me. She was like, I see you have acne. I was like, yes. She was like, I was like you and I did this and it fixed my problem. We were like a whole, like the travel for the time that we were together, we were talking together. And I
Yeah.
was okay, bye. And
Yeah.
that's it. I mean, that it just makes you happier daily. You have
Yeah.
interaction with other people.
You when you go somewhere and people are more open to talking to each other, you're not on your phone all the time just ignoring, like, dude, I'm listening to music, don't bother me, I'm doing something. You're People are open, more friendly when uh i I can't say it's different for me from back home than United States because back home I had only one best friend, okay? And I had a couple of your friends in Turkey, and when we came here, I don't have anybody. I have no friends.
Hmm.
Okay?
I don't have no friends here too. So
Yeah. So my question is it actually hard to find friends here, or is it just me? But the way I see it is people don't really open up and they don't allow other people to join the conversation, because sometimes when you talk to somebody, they just give you an answer and go.
Like they act like, what the fuck you talking to
Yeah,
us?
exactly.
Like,
Why
what are
do you
you
talking
even
to me?
talking to me?
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, first I thought that I'm too pushy,
Mm.
or why am I even talking to these people? They're not interested, you know? Because
Yeah.
I came from a culture that you are this way, you show you care about other people, you talk with people, you know? Like you compliment people. If somebody's dressed nice, you say, I like your dress, whatever.
Hmm.
But here, if you do that, especially if you're a man, it's creepy,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
creepy. Like people say, "Oh, I mean, I mean, not a lot, but I see a lot like men try to not compliment a lot because they,
They get in trouble.
yeah, they get in trouble. Like I had a coworker one time. I cut my hair, and he came and he was like, "You look so nice. I like it." And he apologized to me. He was like, oh, sorry, I'm old school guy. We learn to compliment other
Yeah.
people, but hopefully you don't get defense of it." And I felt so bad for this guy. I was like, what's going on? Why men's are apologizing for giving compliment? Don't be creepy, you know, like, hey, I mean, touchy or whatever.
Yeah. It shouldn't be the point that no one says anything, but it shouldn't go to the part that it's actually creepy
Yeah,
and offensive or something like that. Oh, your lipstick is so nice today. I mean, that's
I
creepy.
like the color.
Yeah.
I mean, go specific.
and
No,
say
that's
like
creepy.
and say like oh, yesterday was better, or today, that shows you actually paying attention what I'm doing day to day, and that's
Like,
creepy.
I had a coworker, and he told me one time, "Oh, I was dreaming about you,"
Oh
and
my
I
god, oh yeah,
and do you
yeah, I remember
remember?
you told me that.
And I
Yeah.
was like, the
Well, I mean,
and I was like,
even though if that happens,
even
you
though
shouldn't say that.
no, even though we were so close, like we talk every day, he said that. I felt creepy. I was like
You felt creeped out.
creeped out. Yeah, I was like, ah, I hope was appropriate.
Yeah,
I told him.
it wasn't one of those wet dreams.
I told him I hope it was appropriate. He was, and he realized what he said, you know, and he said, "Oh no!" And he started to just like telling me what was the dream, you know. And he felt so bad, you know.
Yeah.
He told me, "Hope you didn't take it wrong." I was like, I was like, I'm glad that you explained it to me. What was the dream? Because
Yeah.
I was like, damn, what did
You
you do?
don't want people to have a dream about
I
you. I mean,
know it's
especially
creepy.
if you're a girl. I mean, would I mind if one of the girls at work had a dream about me? Probably not.
I mean, it's um it's not creepy to have dream because dream is usually whatever you think or saw at the day, you know, it's just like in your memory. So it's just like put it to the folders, different folders. That's why you're dreaming, I guess. Um, I don't think it's creepy, but I don't know how you feel if a woman tells you I dream about you. You probably feel good.
Well, maybe,
Ooh.
yeah, that's one of the reasons maybe people are not really trying to say or compliment anybody, because it
I think
might
it's okay
cross.
to compliment, but don't be creepy.
I mean, it might come across as like sexual harassment or something like that.
Well, I had a manager once. He told me that, mm, to be honest, I don't even remember what he said. He said like, "You're my daughter. I'm like your dad." You know, and he was older gentleman. I think a year or something after that he um, retired. And then one guy who hated him, so he wants to just took over his job. So he start to talking around and say he's talking to women inappropriately, you know. And one day he called me and he said, "Hey, I want to talk to you about this guy." I was like, "What happened?" He was like, "Do you remember he called you like your dad, like a daddy or something? Like I'm your dad, something."
Hmm.
And I was like, "Okay." And he was like, he's doing that a lot to other women. And I was like, "Who?" For example, I just want to know. He was like, if you feel uncomfortable, come to me and talk about it. And I know the guy, and he's one of those backstabber. He was going around and talk shit to just get other people opportunity to take away from them. And I was like, you know what? I don't know. Maybe for other women here, it's inappropriate to someone talk to them like that. But I'm fine. I never felt creeped out or bad about it. And to be honest, that man is so respectful toward other people. But because he grew up in, I don't know, 50s, 60s, it's just like it's okay for them to talk to women like that. They're just like um,
I mean,
complimenting.
yeah, I
I like your
mean,
hair, I like your
as
makeup, you
long
look
as
different.
it's genuine compliment, that's fine. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
he
But
didn't even told me daddy or something, nothing like that. He just said like, I'm like your dad. I mean, I have a son or grandchildren same age as you.
mm,
But the other guy, he took it wrong way. He was just like, oh, he was just being creepy.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, yeah. Besides that, I mean, that's one thing. I guess that's stopping people from initiating a conversation because I don't think women will go out and come try to compliment men. It's always like men. I mean, it shouldn't always be the. If you want to find friends, you don't start going out. I don't know, complimenting people.
I mean, that's a good start though. I mean, if somebody's pretty or dressed nice, you should be creepy. You just say, hey, you look good. I like your t-shirt. I like your hair. Or whatever. Because it feels good. For me, for example, if somebody tells me, I like
Yeah,
your.
yeah,
It's a good start to talk to people.
yeah. You're right. But after you receive a compliment or something, the other person usually stops and say like, "Oh, thank you very much," and it stops right there. But if they go above that, "Oh, thank you, your I don't know, your shirt is nice too,"
Mm-hmm.
that shows they are willing to start a conversation and take it further. But that doesn't really happen here
Yeah, that's a
unless
problem.
you actually benefit them or for some reason.
Like, for example, in other countries, I saw actually a TikTok that a girl, she was from Brazil,
Hmm.
and she was talking about how easy she could make a friend in her country. When she came here, she feels so bad. She can't talk to people. She was like, if I was in a group project with couple of students at school, if it was my country, we would like start talking together, making friends, and we would
Yeah,
start like knowing each other as oh, we are in the same group, we're working together. Here, the moment that you put your feet out of the class, like I'd never know you.
yeah, exactly.
And actually, I felt that in college here.
Mm.
Like I, I'm very outgoing. People around, I try to make a small talk, like, "Hey, I like your hair," or whatever. Even boys, like if they sit next to me, if they have like nice hair or whatever, I compliment them. And that way, I find out they just like it's break the ice, and they start talking a little bit more. It's good. And then next day you see them in front of the class, you say hi, they're just like,
Why do you even talking to me, right?
yeah, and I get confused. I'm just like,
We had a
didn't
good moment in the
yesterday
class.
we were talking about Harry Potter, like this,
Yeah,
that, and today you just not even say hi?
exactly.
I'm just like, it's weird.
What is the problem here? Because that's the problem I have. People, it's not really.
Do you think it's anxiety? They don't talk to people?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Is it like they don't really know how to continue the conversation, what to do outside, or does it have to be? Does it has to has something for them to?
Or you gotta be in a cool club kids or
Yeah,
whatever. That's why there is a lot of bullying in this school in America or whatever. Like people are suffering from bullies. Maybe that's why they scared to be close to other people. I don't know. It's something. And also I realized uh, those are who not native here, like a native speaker, like English or whatever. They come, or foreign is a better word. If they're foreign, they are very outgoing. Doesn't matter where.
Yeah.
Like we had the in the English class that we were going. She was from Spain. Do you remember? Like
Hmm.
she was very outgoing. She was talking like people from Iraq. They were very outgoing and talking. Usually, people who come from other countries that they had more interaction daily basis with other people, they just have the skill to go and talk with other peoples. But I think here, because everyone in some way they are isolated, they're just like sitting in their car going to work. When they're going to work, they want to work, they just don't want to talk to
Yeah.
nobody. Or even at work, you have one or two people that you talk, that's it. Rest is just like you eliminate everyone else.
I mean, that's one of the reasons so many people have depression because
Hmm.
you don't have a group of people around you, the friends to support you. You don't talk to nobody. It's always on your phone, on social media, which is fake because that's not real human interactions. So I'm asking, do they really want to have friends or they are comfortable being lonely? That's why they keep the outside world shut and they don't let anybody to come into their bubble.
I think they want to have friends because I'm not saying that because I know for sure, but I love to read comments on TikTok,
Hmm.
you know. And when I read, so I come across videos like that, and when I read the like comments, and I see people, they were like, "Oh, we're so lonely. I don't have a friends
Yeah.
too. Like, I wish I had it." Like, if the video is about like couple friends, they go out have fun. You go to comment section, you see people. They say, "I wish I had like a good friends. I had a friends." You know,
Hmm.
like I know a lot of people. They literally suffering about like they can't have a connection with other people. First, I think they can't trust nobody because in social media and everything, why do you think like a um, crime podcast, true crime podcasts are very popular,
Hmm.
you know? And I personally love to hear those as a woman, it makes you smarter, but at the same time it has a negative effect on you because you can't trust people. Like every person who come in close to you just think, you can't be a murderer,
You can be a serial
serial
killer.
killer, you know? Something like that. So there's a lot of
Well, I mean,
things,
that's
you
not
know?
good. When I don't like it when you listening to those podcasts
Yeah,
because
but it's so
every time
addicting.
we try to do something, you're like, no, 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 we shouldn't do that. You know, that's because you're listening to this podcast.
Well, first of all, I wasn't into this podcast. One of my coworkers, she told me, I asked him like, her, it was a woman. I asked her, what's you listening? She was like, oh, listen to this podcast. And I was like, what is it about? True crime. And I give it a try, and that was it.
But for me, it's different. I like to trust people unless it's proven otherwise. So I don't really
Mm.
like to prejudge people and say you're not a trustworthy person unless it proven to me that they are not. So I don't think that's a good way to approach.
Yeah, because think about it. Other countries, they have creepy people, they have
See,
murderers, they have
it's everywhere, yeah,
whatever, serial killers, they have it too. But why people are trusting each other more? You know?
because they don't have that podcast.
Podcast, seriously, it is not like popular like here. Crazy.
I mean, we haven't lived in the other country for more than a decade. Maybe it's popular everywhere.
Maybe right now. But anyway, I think that's a could be one reason why, especially women, like they don't really, they just like,
But
no, you can't be
what I think
creepy.
is right now because of the social media, it's just people don't develop that skill to
No.
communicate with people. I was messaging with a person and it really frustrates me when I text somebody and I have to wait 24 hours for them to reply back because it really shows you're not interested or you think you're better than me when you don't respond to me
Well,
in
no, you're not cool if you act.
or whatever. And it's rude because if you want to engage in the conversation, you're like, oh, reply in a timely manner.
Yeah.
Or you say, "Oh, let me think about it. I will get back to you." Not just leave it out there ghosting for 24
And when you
hours.
answer, what is the answer?
And yeah, and the guy answered with like a horrible short answer, just ignoring like a couple of my messages and just answered me some simple answer, and it wasn't worth anything. The point is, I thought it's like a mini, it's like a Gen Z thing. They don't have the skills to talk to people in like timely manner because we as a millennials know how to do that.
Hmm.
Asked the guy, "Are you Gen Z?" Because, and he said, "No, I'm a millennial." I was like, "So that's rude, you know? Because
Yeah, you first.
if you want to do talk to me, and if you want to help each other, why do I have to wait for you to answer me for like a couple hours? I mean, it took,
Or maybe days
yeah,
sometimes.
it took 3 days to just do a simple conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and that pisses me off so bad because it's just waste of time. Just, I mean, pick the phone up, call me, or I don't know if you don't want to do that because so many people don't want to call and they rather do the text. Even though engage with the conversation, reply back, whatever.
Or, I mean, even though, for example, if I text someone, hey, I want to do this project, I want to see if you're interested to help.
Yeah,
Well, think about it. Ask some question. What are you gonna do? Let me see if it's in the area that I can help you out or not. If it's not, or you need time, just say, hey, I need a time to think
yeah.
about it. Or if you don't like it, say, sorry, I don't think it is for me.
I mean,
And that's it.
that's exactly what I'm saying. I mean,
Just communication. And then these people
communicate.
go to relationship and they want everyone to have a communication, but they're just not even talking.
Yeah.
I mean, working in their
What
communication
is this game
skills.
of cat and mouse? What are we doing here? I mean, we are here for a common reason. If you want to have a friend or something, respect their time as well. Show your interest. It shouldn't be just one-sided.
Hmm.
You think, you look at people from the above and like, oh, I don't have
Uh,
time for you,
let me see.
dude. No, that doesn't worth my time. What is that? I mean,
Like,
it's not just one instance. It's a couple of instances that I talk to people. It's like that. If they don't see the value
hmm,
that you can bring
or what is
for
your social
them,
currency?
or social currency or followers, whatever,
Yeah.
there's value that you can provide for them, they're not interested. It's not just for
Especially if it's
you. It's
like
not
a
because of your personality. Should
exactly.
be your currency.
Well, I mean, think about it. Um, right now, people they want to talk to each other at one home. They text,
They do text, yeah.
or there is a like a. I think I saw a meme. I'm not really sure. It was like, "Don't call me, text. It's weird when you call." And people, everyone laugh at it, and I even laughed. I was like, "Oh, that's right. You want to call?" But think about it. That's his skill.
That's,
That's very. It's a good skill when you take
yeah.
your phone and continue the conversation.
It's,
Hey, I want this. I want that. How are you? How was your day? Um, let's just do this. That's a skill. These type of thinking and memes and stuff like that that's coming out, they take away your skills. You know.
yeah, I mean, I used to think that calling is like uncomfortable when you call somebody or you get the calls. You don't really want to
It's
answer the calls,
it's nerve wracking, but
but it's
it's a good
actually a
skill.
skill. It's a human interaction by itself because texts, they don't have emotions,
Yeah.
but you can sense the emotion from the voice. You know, if it's excitement, happiness, sadness, whatever that is. Because sometimes you send a text and you don't include an emoji, the other person thinks the total opposite of
Yeah.
what you meant.
Mhm.
But if you include an emoji or something, but it will, all of that could go away if you just talk to people. You
Mhm.
know.
Voicemail. If the other person didn't
Well,
answer
I
their
mean,
text. Voicemail. Hey, I called you to talk to you.
yeah.
Ask how you doing.
Hmm.
Call me back. Don't text me.
Yeah.
You
Well, I
know?
mean, that's something, I guess that's with the evolution of technology,
Yeah, but it's
we're
bad
not
for
gonna, yeah, it's
everyone.
bad, but I don't think we're gonna see that. But even though if you're texting, just reply in a timely manner, show interest, and keep the doors open. Not shut everybody off just because you value your time more than others. Besides that, we have like any other thing. There's an app for everything, right?
Mhm.
We have uh, like a couple of different apps, like Bumble Friendship app.
Mhm. Mhm.
I tried, and that's actually depressing.
Yeah. Like there was the other day I asked my friend cuz she's doing PR for um couple of these apps, and I asked like, "Oh, they have like a friendship section other than dating and stuff?" And she was like, "Yeah, they have, and they have like a business. They're gonna add this business part like Bumble and stuff." And she laughed. She was like, "Not. I thought you don't like this." I was like, "Well, think about it. How do you want to find friend?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, where you
If you
go?
don't use
Like,
the app,
I mean, where you gonna go find a friend here?
where are you gonna go? Coworkers, they just want to work with you. They don't want to see you
No.
outside. Other than that, if you go to the college, still the same thing. Like you
Oh my
said,
God,
they just
it's
wanna
horrible.
they're only nice to you when you're in the class. Outside of class, don't talk to me. So where do you gonna find friends? Like any other app, any other thing, there's an app.
One
So
time is I'm not sure if I told you this story or not. One time I was pissed off about like the interaction in the college, because in my head I was like, okay, college here is like back home, like people are all together, like do you find friends and stuff like that. And came here, I was like, oh my God, socially awkward.
mhm.
I felt horrible,
Yeah,
and I was
socially
like,
awkward. That's a good
yeah.
word. Yeah.
And then there was something in class we were talking about, like a social problem and stuff like that. And the teacher was start talking like, "What do you think is stereotypes and stuff happen? You know, and why people are not open?" And I was like, "Excuse me, can I talk?" I was pissed off. I was like, "You know what? This is a good time that I just like prove my point and I say whatever I want, which is I usually do." And I say, you know what? I've traveled to different countries. This is I love America. The laws is good, protecting the woman, everything. But why people are so socially awkward?
Yeah.
Like, they're nice, they're kind.
Everything is good
All
except
those things,
social
it's
life.
very good, but its social life is lacking. And I told my professor, and he was like, I'm so agree with you. And all of my classmates, those are they were coming from other countries. They're not like born and raised here. They were like, exactly. You said what we wanted.
Yeah, people have
I was
problems.
like, I told them like, and it's just not me, but this person. They all came from different countries. Ask every one of them. They they agree with me. Here, you talk to other people and they feel weird. I don't know why I didn't go up here,
Yeah.
but um but you want to fix the stereotypes. You want to fix the racism. How do you want to do it? When people not even talking to each other, you know? People they don't go out and just talk to each other. I don't know. You're from Iran, you're from Iraq. News tell you these people are bad. But let me actually go and grab a bite with you
Mm-hmm.
to see what is it about you. I mean, you know what I'm saying? In public, there is no danger. Go out, talk about it, like see what these people are, and you judge by yourself. But people, they're just so hesitant. No, I don't want to. Like, don't talk to me.
There's a social anxiety.
Don't talk to me. And I told my professor, I was like, first of all, you should create an environment that people can be next to each other daily.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They have to eat next to each other. They have to travel. Like, I think probably people in cities like New York or
Yeah,
stuff like that, that people are
people
out.
out
They're just
there
like see each
walking
other,
day to day.
day
Public
to day.
transport is really huge.
Yeah.
Metro,
Like maybe that's help if it's
yeah,
all over the country, people, they have to be next to each other, you know, like just encourage people, not encourage,
encourage.
encourage people like, hey, let's just understand about each other, like what's going on. finding a friends is good. Not all of the communities like you think, oh, if that person is not from my community, it's a danger. No, it's not like that.
Yeah.
Just go talk to them.
I mean, even
You're not
though
gonna lose anything.
going back to that like friendship app, my experience was even though the people are over there to find friends, they don't really looking for friends.
No, it's more like a what is it?
What do you do? What can you bring? What can you do for me, basically?
There's a word for it. What is that? They said you go find the people for work. Networking.
Okay.
Yeah, it feels like networking, not finding friends,
Well, I mean, that's a
right?
different side of the Bumble. There's Bumble business, there's Bumble dating, and there's Bumble friendship. Okay, on the friendship, everybody there, they're trying to find a friend because they are at my age. They are millennials. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they couldn't find anybody outside, like
Yeah, it's
work,
hard to
whatever.
finding friends.
So they are there to find friends. But when you engage a conversation with them, same problem. No answering, ghosting, and
Yeah, how do you want to find a friends?
just giving you short answers. That shows we're not interested. So
Do you remember how I find my
I
last
mean,
friend?
I deleted the app right after. What?
Do you remember how I find my last friend?
You found her in the hookah bar,
Yeah.
and
How did I start?
you sat next to her and asked her about the food, right?
No, she was talking with her family with
Yeah,
Arabic,
yeah,
and she just looked at me, and I look at her back, and I told her, you know what? I love your language.
yeah.
It's very nice. And she was like, I know. Do you understand? I was like, no. I mean, I understand a little bit Arabic, not a lot, because I don't speak Arabic. And she asked me, but she was like actually answering. Like she asked me question, I asked her question. Like she was like,
Yeah,
what are you eating?
exactly. That's what I'm
Like yeah,
saying.
she was like, what are you eating? I was like, I'm eating this. What are you eating? Oh, I love your food because it was like a Persian
Yeah.
food. And
He goes somewhere.
yeah, but that's the thing because she's the first generation and her
She's from
parents
a
from
Middle Eastern family.
yeah, her parents are from different country and they taught her how to be like socially talk to other people, you know? But I see in social media, like if somebody come to you, talk to you, don't answer. You
Hmm.
don't have to answer any stranger. No, be careful about the stranger, but don't run away.
I mean, that's the thing. Strangers becomes friends.
Yeah,
You don't go out in the public and oh, that's my friend. No, at first they are strangers.
dude. Like if somebody talk you in the middle of parking lot,
Yeah,
well, that's weird,
yeah, that's not the place for it. Yeah,
you know. But if somebody in I don't know,
the mall. I
the
don't
mall
know,
or I don't know,
coffee
some coffee
shop, a
shop,
food court,
gym,
something, gym.
or I don't know,
Yeah,
somebody somewhere that is safe. People are like you can start talking. But if somebody coming to you in like parking lot, you
yeah.
better bring you out your spray, you know?
Even though in the
No.
gym, when you see somebody for like couple of times, the only interaction you have is this.
So
That's it. That's the whole thing. Doesn't
yeah.
go anywhere.
Like we were going gym for what? Almost a
A
year.
year, yeah,
Like every day. Not every day maybe. Yeah, we were going good like
yeah.
every day. And we were seeing like people literally every every day. Like we were seeing couple people that they were like a OG there
The
every day.
regulars, yeah.
Regulars, yeah, every day. And yeah, it's weird. Like you even say hi, you shake your head, they were like whatever.
That's all it goes, yeah.
Yeah, you can even feel like I because everyone like put me down, so I scared even to go start a conversation anymore. I'm just like, am I too pushy? am
Yeah,
I am I like
when you're the only
uh,
person start the conversation and you keep asking questions, it feels like you're the one pushing,
yeah, I
and it
mean,
feels weird because it's like, am I that needy, or it's unusual or whatever? But I don't think that's unusual because that's how you find friends, and because you show interest, you want to engage in the
mhm.
conversation.
There is one more thing I think it's a problem here. It's like a life here is so quick, fast. You know,
People
like
always working
yeah, they don't have time.
Monday through Friday just for Saturday and Sunday, and when you approach to them in Saturday and Sunday, they don't have time for you
No, because
because
they're doing like their chores or whatever, the grocery shopping.
Netflix series that
Mm,
they need to finish,
yeah.
and they don't have time for
And
friends because they have to go back to work on Monday.
over the time they have like a depression. Like you know how
Everybody have
what's
depression,
what's
yeah.
the rate of depression here is super high.
And that's what I'm saying, because the only thing that can help with depression is human interaction,
Yeah, I
because
feel depressed
we
sometimes.
are, as human, we are social animals. I know that for a fact that my depression is partially just because of not having a friend. That's why I'm so
Yeah,
hard.
because you as a woman, I mean as a man, sorry.
Yes,
Yes.
I go by she hair.
But as a man, you like to go out with your friends. I don't know, just be
Yeah,
boys'
I
day.
want to have a boys' night. Go talk about boys stuff.
I know, me too. I want to go
I
do
haven't
that.
had that for like past 10 years.
There you go.
So,
That's not normal, actually.
well, I mean, because I cannot find somebody
That you click with, like,
that has a common interest like me. I mean, my common interest is what? Video games? The video gamers are fucking nerds. They don't even talk. They are in the cave.
yeah.
It's really horrible here.
But they don't like to go out, right?
No, they just want to go and do online gaming. They don't want to go
They want
out
to talk.
and chat.
But the nerds that you used to know, they were actually like to go out and eat pizza or do this or
I
do that.
mean, the nerds like me are multidimensional. I love movies, video games. I like to go out, talk to people. It's
Yeah.
not just only nerdy shit.
Yeah, I know that's a problem. I
It's for everybody. I just don't know how you can find
It's not
friends.
just you. I don't want you to feel bad that you think no,
No,
it's
I
because
know it's
you.
not just me.
It's like a lot of people they're like that. They can't
So that's what
friend.
I'm trying to do this podcast, or to understand. I I want you to tell me, is it really hard to find friends? Are you struggling to find friends? Or am I mistaking or missing something? Maybe I need to put myself more out there, because none of these
Well, if you want to put
apps.
your out there, where you want to put yourself out?
I mean, there's
Where?
like meetups, gathering, stuff like that, but I just uh, I just don't know if I try them, it will be the same thing as well. Because if I want to talk to somebody, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm good, dude. Thank you."
Yeah, even though I try to have conversation
Yeah,
about, well, I personally like, even for me, it's hard to find the friends that they have the interest that I want, because I don't like the girls girly, like they are just like talking about their Louis Vuitton key, like bags or whatever. I like somebody who's interested to go, I don't know, out or stuff like that. But it's hard to find. Like
yeah.
you got when you talk to someone, and they're just like asking you, "What do you have? Oh, do you have these glasses that they are like $500,
You,
or do you have
you know
these?" Or
what you need to do?
I mean, do I need to have spend that much money?
I mean, yeah. I mean, some people are like to brag, but do you know what you need to do?
Mm.
You need to go back to your country.
Yeah, there you go. I got it.
You gotta go back to your country.
Well, that's bad because this is my country.
That's your country for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I can go back. This is it. That's it. I'm American.
You're stuck.
Yeah.
So I can't go back to my
Yeah,
country.
you can.
All right. Before I go back to my country, I want to ask you if there's any hope for me to stay and find friends. Give me some tips, and I would appreciate it. And let me know. It will. I like to think of this podcast as a
Way of
two-way
knowing, yeah.
communication, and I want you to participate as well and let us know, because we have so many questions,
Help
and
these parents.
we are coming from a different culture, so it's only for us to understand what's happening and trying to help each other in any shape and form. Thank you for watching. Do you have anything to add?
No, but thank you for watching.
And we'll see you in the next video.